It is the Riot Podcast. Good Tuesday to you, October 11th. Nikki, Isaiah.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
How's everybody feeling?
Better.
Yay.
I feel
Better.
good.
Good.
I mean,
think
I'm
I'm at,
feeling grand.
Sometimes we talk about like how, like you, because we've been sick at the beginning of the show, and then sometimes it can be different by the end of the show,
Yeah.
like if everybody's tired.
Because
Or,
physically, I feel, I'd say about 90%.
yeah.
I still know, though, that my voice does not sound the way it's supposed to. I
Yeah.
can still hear that, but I feel almost fine now.
And your ear.
It's ridiculous. I was sick for so long. I was
I've
sick
been
for like
sick
8
since
days.
Thursday night.
I don't care about how long it was. It's not long enough.
It's not long enough.
Longer it must be. Because I feel like I was sick forever.
I don't know.
And
I'm
you
on-
guys seem okay.
I'm on day 4, and I'm almost back to normal.
Maybe I'm just weak.
Nikki, you know why we feel better? Because we got like the right medication. Nikki said she was going to share her eardrops with me.
I know. You guys would never do that for me. Just so we could just clear that
you
up.
could
I would
absolutely-
never have gotten eardrops.
No, you can take the eardrops too, but I just prayerfully request that you don't stick it in your ear.
It has to be like a drop
just
from
have to
afar, kind of like a
hover it.
waterfall.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could totally do that.
Can you hit your ear? Like how high up can you hit
I'll do
your
it
ear?
for you.
There
Put
you
yourself
go.
down
There you
sideways,
go.
and I'll drop
or
it
Nikki,
in.
you could do it for me.
I would be happy to
There
at
we
this
go.
point.
See,
Yeah.
the problem is you got sick first, so
I
we
know,
didn't
I was
have
sick alone.
medication to share with you.
I was sick alone, and I had
Yeah.
to battle it by myself. You guys are like a duo battling it. It's you're
so
stronger.
next time, if we get sick first, we'll share the
Yeah.
medication with you once we pass it to you as revenge.
More fair.
Yeah.
But today, during the podcast, one of the things we talked about was rankings of the sexiest bald men,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which I thought was interesting to listen to, you guys, because I knew right away that towards the top of the list, obviously Vin Diesel was going to be up there, right?
He's not
You thought-
sexy.
I knew when I thought right away, that was the first
also-
person I thought of.
You know what? Who I also don't like him because I think he's also mean. Like I don't think he's supposed to be a very great person.
Yeah.
And to me, that's unsexy.
Well, that wasn't included in the index.
I
that they
know,
used.
but it's just not.
I feel like he just plays that
attractive.
character. You know, it's his voice. You know, he seems kind of mean based off of his voice
No,
alone.
it's not just that.
No.
And there's other things too. But, and the other one that I thought of, because this is widely talked about on social media,
Yeah.
is Pitbull, yeah.
Real on your social media.
Yeah, like on my TikTok and stuff. I watched a video like 2 days ago. They were talking about
And
Pitbull is
he's
just a
very
good-looking guy.
short, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a real short
super
little guy.
short.
You know what? I don't even know.
Mr. 305.
He's always got sunglasses on, so I don't even know what he actually
I
looks
think it's
like.
his persona.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't like his music at all. But I do, looking at the way he dresses or whatever, like he's a pretty good looking guy.
I think he has
Pitbull.
people.
See what you think though, Isaiah, of this. Nikki said, she said, are these shaved heads or bald? And I said, I don't think there's a big difference. Because
no,
I don't think very
sometimes
many
you can
people.
see like
The hair.
What's his name? Jason Statham.
Uh-huh.
Like you can tell with him, like you can see like he's lost hair.
Yeah.
So you can see like where his hair goes.
Yeah, but that's still bald though.
It is, but I think it's a little different because I think you have to maintain that more often to look bald.
Yeah.
But then for others, you
Well,
know, like they'll still have a little bit of hair.
they-
Like the one Prince guy, he still has hair.
Yeah, they included Prince William. I'm just saying, I don't think that there's, like Isaiah, how many guys you think shave their head that could have a full head of hair if they wanted to?
See, it's not a large number, but there are guys who do it.
That was
a-
popular
who shave
for a
their
while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who shave their heads. It's like a look for them, I guess. For me, I could never.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way I could ever shave
Have
off
you
my
ever
head.
Your
done that?
hair's too
You ever
nice.
My
tried
hair,
it?
no way.
Yeah, I mean, so your hair's that long.
I know it's not that
It
long,
wouldn't take
but
that
like
long for it to grow back. Maybe it would be a good look.
it's
You
a
should try it.
big part of my personality. Is I have nice thick hair, and I don't want to get rid of it. Because
And-
one day I might.
Sometimes you don't want to mess with it because, like, what if
Yeah.
you shaved it and then it never
Grows
came
back
back right?
And
differently.
I grow back, and all of a sudden I have straight hair or something, or it's not
Yeah.
as thick, or maybe never grows back at all.
Yeah, maybe not. So, but see, that's why I don't think very many people shave their heads for fun. I think it's just to hide that they are balding in some way, and they're trying to make the most of it, which is fine.
I just want to show you how different we are. You guys have Pitbull in your TikTok side of the world.
I don't.
Yeah, I
but-
do.
I have Stanley Tucci.
Oh.
Well, no, I like Stanley
Yes,
Tucci.
I think I like him
looked at the
too.
list. I looked at the list top 10, and I was like, you know what? Stanley Tucci might be number one.
It's pretty
Put him
nice.
at number one. Wow,
Yeah.
aggressive.
So you'll hear more about that list.
One of the other things we talked about was the rudest things that you can do in another person's house.
Yeah, we talked about that for a while, but I think we covered a lot of ground, and we learned a lot from
Well,
that.
if you
Yeah, it
missed
was a lot of good stuff.
If you have anything that was missing from the list, though, please definitely text us in at 877-2-RADIO-U because I'm sure there's lots of more rude things you could do, but maybe it's not covered on the list.
And then we wrapped it up by talking about some of the poll results of the condiment argument we had yesterday because I put it up on my Instagram shout out to my Instagram followers for tuning in.
And
there.
this is one of those moments where we can confidently say the results may surprise you.
They may vary.
They may, they may vary.
Yeah.
And I want to say hi to Dee. I always feel bad because she keeps bringing up like, hey, don't forget salsa.
I know.
Salsa's also a really good idea too.
Yeah, I would lean queso over salsa personally.
Queso is way better.
Because
than
I like to be able to
It's not
you can put it on
healthier.
a lot of
Queso
stuff.
Is the salsa and the cheese?
I know, yeah, but you put the cheese in there.
get
It's
both.
just, you can just sprinkle it on a little bit more.
I think, again, I will keep coming back to this. The condiment you can't live without. If you tell me today that there's no salsa for the rest of your life,
Yeah.
my life is unchanged.
Fine.
Yeah.
I would be a little upset about queso.
Yeah.
I'd be a little sad.
Right. Yeah. You'd be a little upset. It would change some things.
Salsa for me, it doesn't really do much for me, to be honest.
Well, I realized, I was like, I do like queso now because I buy the one from Aldi.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it so great?
It's awful because I go in,
yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
good stuff.
I buy 4 quesos and 4 salsa, and they're just like, hey, what are you doing?
What are
Yeah,
you
you
having
having
a party?
No, this is just all for me.
Just for the
This
fam.
is it. I don't even
For
buy
me.
any chips at this point. I just
Yeah.
buy the queso and the salsa. So, well, enjoy the podcast today. Thank you guys for spending some time and hanging out with us today.
And you know what? I haven't said this in a while. Leave a review, why don't you?
Oh, please
Wherever
do.
you listen to your podcast, leave a review.
Leave a positive.
A positive review.
Very
That's
good
right.
review,
There it
preferably.
5 stars.
Have a great day.
It's the riot.
See you guys.
It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
When you think of hot sauce, which brand do you think of first?
Well, I mean, I don't count like sriracha does count. But
Yeah, no, it doesn't count.
It's not
That's
as
different.
much.
It's a different thing.
I don't know. I mean, I have a lot of bougie sort of brands.
Yeah.
For hot sauces.
You're a hot sauce. You're right. If you go to like Jungle Gyms or some like boutique grocery store where they just have
Or
a whole
Amazon.
Yeah, or Amazon where you can just buy them because we actually have some stores in town that are only for hot sauce.
Yeah.
So I guess that's a world you can live in. But I think for a lot of people, if you're going to the grocery store to pick out your hot sauce, you're thinking Texas Pete.
Yeah, sure.
Right? That's one of the popular ones. And when you think of Texas Pete, most people probably think of Texas.
Well, and Pete, sure.
Yeah, Texas and Pete. We don't know who Pete is, but we know what Texas is.
I assume he lives there.
Yeah, you would think he's from there.
I thought he's a mascot of Texas.
Yeah, you would. I mean, Texas and Pete go hand in hand, you would think. But a new lawsuit alleges, well, I mean, it's alleging what we all know, that Texas Pete, you would think is from Texas. Turns out it's not.
It's not. It's made in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
And so if this all goes according to plan here, we as people who consume hot sauce and would assume that Texas Pete is from Texas, we might be able to score a windfall.
A class action lawsuit?
Yeah, this is all thanks to Philip White. He's from California. He bought a Texas Pete bottle of hot sauce back in September of last year.
At a Ralph's.
Yep. And he believed, because you know what happens when you assume, but he believed that it was made in Texas, according to his complaint. With the saying Texas on the bottle, the Lone Star, that's synonymous with the Texas flag, a little cowboy with a lasso. I guess there's other states that could have a cowboy with a lasso, but you sure wouldn't think of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, when you look at the Texas Pete label. So Philip White says he was looking forward to
partaking in the sauce.
Yeah, look at the quote. I love this. He was looking to partake in the culture and authentic cuisine of one of the most prideful states in America.
Mm.
And that state is Texas, not North Carolina.
Well,
so
yeah, he was wrong.
Quite disappointed when he, after buying the hot sauce, it further inspected the label and saw it was made in North Carolina. He said, "This is not what I signed up for." So now he got a lawsuit going.
So Texas Pete's was created, I think, in the 1940s.
Yeah, it looks like it.
And it's basically a marketing thing. It's totally marketing. They wanted to have the image and the hot sauce. They wanted to have a spicy cuisine sort of representation. So they went with Texas Pete. That was a nod to his son's nickname. I guess I just don't feel like this lawsuit should be a class action lawsuit. Because that to me just means like he's chasing after a lawsuit.
Yeah.
And you're filing it in L.A.
Well, that's where he lives.
I know, but you got to get yourself to Texas.
I want to be included because I, like so many others, like Philip, I thought Texas Pete was from Texas.
It's a Louisiana-style hot sauce also. It's not really a Texas style.
But it says Texas on there.
I know, but I'm sure there's a Texas in every state.
This is the worst. This is from the company's own website. It says that the founder of Texas Pete, whose name is actually Sam.
Yeah.
Sam Garner now. I think his son is Pete. But Sam Garner, he came up with the name after consulting a marketing advisor. He landed on the name because of the state's reputation for spicy cuisine. There was never anything to do with Texas.
I know.
They just thought it sounded like what people would want to hear.
I know.
And it is what we want to hear. And now we're not liking what we're finding out the truth.
Who has money to just start a class action lawsuit? He must either be a lawyer or he must do this. Because I find that to be weird.
I think there's people out there that, he was probably, I think there are people that are truly upset when they find something out like this. And so they go around searching, and then there's always a lawyer that will take them up
To take
on
the
it.
case.
So I don't know if Philip is necessarily the, quote unquote ambulance chaser.
Yeah,
but there
that's
is
the
a
term.
lawyer out there who might be. And you know what? In this case, I don't know that they're wrong.
Because if the Philip person who did the class action lawsuit, if he came to us and said, hey, I've had Texas Pete since I was a baby Pete,
Yeah.
like very tiny, that was his hot sauce for his whole life, and then he found out it was all a lie.
Yeah.
Well, then he'd have enough, I think, emotional
For his own self.
for his own self, but he had it the one time.
One time, he says. Well, that one time is enough. He was
was
lied to
enough.
once. Fool me once. Shame on me. I guess
Class
he only.
action lawsuit.
Yeah, I guess he only did get fooled once. But shame on Texas Pete. You're North Carolina Pete. Let's be real about this.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The worst of the riot. Radio U.
I've got a list here. It's the rudest things you can do in someone else's house. Isaiah, you go to other people's houses.
I do, yeah.
That's why I
the
thought it was
best one to
important
ask.
to bring you in because Nikki and I don't have as much experience with this
Not
anymore.
as often.
And, you have people over too, so this could be valuable as a host. You could, share
Prepare
your
me.
perspective from
So-
that size as well.
Are you asking Isaiah as in what's the rudest thing he does when he goes to someone else's houses, or if someone comes to his house?
Both.
Both. Okay.
Well, I'm not a rude person, so I wouldn't do any of these things.
You wouldn't? Are you sure you wouldn't touch or move things?
Well,
that
there are
don't belong
some.
to
There are
you?
some of these that I do.
So touch doo-doo. You touch and move things?
I don't touch and move things.
Okay.
But I do expect a tour.
You expect it? You do not
Of
expect
course,
a tour.
I expect a tour.
I thought I saw that.
welcome the tour when I walk in. I say, "Oh, give me a tour."
I hate when people give me a tour of their house, don't you?
They say do not demand a tour of someone's house. Wait to be invited by your host if it even happens.
You know they want to give you a tour secretly.
But not
If they want
always.
to
It
give
makes
you a
them feel
tour-
good. If I came over to your house, would you want to give me a tour?
No.
Well, you need to clean your house.
It's a
Nikki,
wild thing. No, yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Come on around.
Come on around the
If they give you a
house.
tour, if they're proud of their house, then that'll be like the first thing they offer.
Yeah.
But if they don't, there's a good reason probably. It's because they didn't clean part of it.
Which is why they say don't bring it up
ask.
yourself.
Yeah, that's a wild thing to do. I can't imagine. And again, I don't really want a tour of anybody's house.
Well, if you come over, I'm giving you a tour.
All you
Thankfully,
need
I
to
have a
show
little
me,
house.
Show me where the bathroom is. That's all I need to know.
Well, you would know if I give you the tour.
All right, here's another one. Overstaying your welcome.
That's fair.
I feel like you do that.
I don't overstay my
You
welcome.
totally overstay.
I don't have. There's no overstaying for me. People want me to stick around as long as possible.
You're
if I
always
came over,
welcome.
Hudson would be like, "Stay longer, stay longer."
I like the last line. They say if your host is changing to their PJs, it's probably a time for you to go.
That's a sign.
Yeah.
Or if they do this thing, you guys ever see this when you're hanging out with people and they go "welp" and they put their
Yep.
hands on their legs? That's the sign that it's time to call it a night.
It's also hard too if you have people over and like one has understood that it's time to go and the other is
Yeah.
not, and then they're kind of fighting like, "No, let's go," and the other like, "No, I want to stay," and you're just like, "Well, I don't know what to do anymore."
I used to have friends that were lingerers, kind of, and it was weird because it was a situation of I want to keep hanging out with you, but it's also 3 a.m. and you're literally. I remember one time they were like, "We're gonna walk over to the gas station by your house and see if they have any drinks, and then we'll come back."
No,
The gas
really?
station was closed, and I was like, "Well, I guess that's a sign, isn't it? That I think we need to wrap
this.
things
They wrap up the night, yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. We liked hanging out with them, but that was they like to stay. I feel like that was because they didn't have very many nights out. Okay, hiding a mess. If you make a mess, you gotta let the host, you gotta let the people know.
So if you
right?
spill something or ruin something, don't just hide what
Don't
you've
try
done.
to get away with it. I've heard a ton of stories about people, they spill a drink and they, while the host is in the other room.
That you got at the gas station.
And then you try to flip the couch cushion over like you're going to get away with that. You wouldn't do that, would you, Isaiah?
I've only done it one time. I spilled wine on this woman's couch.
Oh.
No, I'm just joking. That would be the most. If you did that, that'd be the worst thing you could possibly do. I would never do that.
Listening right now, going, yeah, I did do that a couple times.
They say snooping is another bad one. So if you go through the people's house while they're giving you the tour.
Yeah. You ever go in the? You ever guys look in the medicine cabinet? That's a classic.
I've never done that.
You go in the bathroom, you open up the medicine cabinet.
It depends, like if you were on a date or something. It is tempting to just see
snoop. Oh yeah, for
what's
sure.
going around. But if it's a friend's house, probably not.
Yeah, I don't really usually have an interest in there, but I know that is like a typical. You go to the medicine. What do they got hiding in here?
Well, what you have
kind
to
of
do,
drugs are they taking?
You got to snoop around to find the red flags, but you don't realize that snooping around is a red flag.
It's a red flag. Yep.
This is straight out of Borat, bringing an uninvited +1.
This might be one of the worst.
Yeah.
If you bring someone, if you're coming over and I invite you over, and then you're like, actually, last minute, can I invite my one friend who you don't know? Then I'm like, oh, geez, now I got to entertain this guy too.
Right.
That's the worst.
This person I've never met before, waiting to share your dietary restrictions.
Oh, until you get there?
Now, what do you guys think about this? Is that a two sides of the street thing? Because obviously, if you have something where, I don't eat meat, you should let the person know before they make burgers and steaks for everybody. But what about the reverse? Because I went over to a friend's house one time, and they're like, literally and we didn't find this out till we got there, literally the only thing we can eat is like spaghetti squash.
Oh, they had too healthy of stuff?
It wasn't even healthy. It was just like, this is all I can eat right now.
Yeah.
And so we had spaghetti squash for dinner.
Yum.
That
Sounds
was
terrible.
That was it. It was, again, we had a wonderful time outside of that, and they clearly felt bad, but that is the reality. I wish I would have known ahead of time, because I would have just been like, you know what, you don't have to feed us. I'll just
insist.
I'll eat on the way. It's fine.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Like, if you came over to my house, like, you probably shouldn't expect to be fed, because we don't have a thing in our fridge. There's no way I'm feeding you, and if you come over expecting to be fed, it's probably not going to happen.
gonna
I
be
expect you to buy me Buffalo Wild Wings when I come over.
It's probably not going to happen.
This is a list of some of the rudest things when you get to someone else's house.
Let's do two more real quick. Feeding the dog. Don't give your food to the dog.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And I learned this from my wife. Also, don't let the dog, if you're hosting, don't let the dog lick your plate in front of other people. You don't know how they're going to feel
gross.
about that.
What
That's
the heck
gross.
is wrong with you?
That's gross.
I did it. I just put the plates down.
No, you did not. If you
did
came to my house and did that with Jim, I'd be so upset.
No, but this was at
because
my
then
house. This
They're
is at my
using
house.
the plates.
Oh.
And then
Yeah.
you're eating off the other plates, which means what if, even though it's been washed, the dog has licked off the plate?
Yeah, so I didn't know how they felt about it.
That's
We were
bad.
still friends with them, so they didn't care.
All right,
But,
last one.
Last one is the shoe rules.
That's the biggest.
Everybody has different, like half of people are shoes on in the house, half of people shoes off. You just do whatever the host does. So I'm a shoes off kind of guy, but I'm also pretty flexible with it.
You also need to be prepared if you don't like your feet, and if you're not
That's a
like
good
cool on
point.
that, you got to wear socks, and then make sure your socks look appropriate enough too.
Yeah. You ever think sometimes your socks, your feet look worse in socks than just your actual feet?
Never.
Absolutely.
You never-
What?
I don't think they look worse in socks.
They do.
If I'm barefooted out, if you can see my toes, that's going to look worse than if I have socks on.
What do your feet look like?
I got weird feet, man. I already told you
Because
this.
some weird socks I've seen.
You would know if you went over to his house.
Yeah, you come over. I'm always barefoot in there.
Find more Riot content online. Riot.radiou.com.
And we want you to chime in on this. This, it was actually around this time yesterday that we started condiment talk on the show, and the debate has raged on now for 24 hours.
People are still upset and bothered by
Yeah.
some people's opinions on, what's the most what was the phrase for it? The most
The initial question
needed?
was, what is the condiment you cannot live without?
Yeah.
Of course, you could continue on living without any condiments if you really had to. But, if you were to take away one condiment, how much would it alter in your life? Which one would alter the most?
We did not leave ketchup in because I feel like everybody would just say it. So we wanted more options.
But then
than just
Isaiah
ketchup.
disagreed with that.
I did.
And so you went ahead and put up a poll. What was the Of course, this is on your Instagram, so it's your friends.
These are not all my friends, okay? It's on my Instagram, but that doesn't mean that you are my friends.
Your friends, your followers, and fans.
So, no, that is not how I would describe my Instagram is like 40% my friends, like 30% people who just like know who I am, 20% people who follow me based solely off of Jim, and then 10%, my favorite group, are the ones that follow me just because of my physical attractiveness.
Oh, yeah.
And that, I appreciate every single one of you.
Well, you kept saying barbecue sauce was to you the most important condiment.
So you would think that since these are my friends, they would vote for me. And this did get like 272 votes.
Okay, that's
which
enough
is
to be scientific.
a pretty big sample size.
What is the specific wording of the question?
I said, well, I put our segment up on there.
Yeah.
And I said, which condiment can you not live without, right?
Okay.
And on here, it has coming in at 12% barbecue sauce.
Okay, it doesn't sound like a winner.
Coming in at 15% honey mustard.
Okay, not a winner either.
Coming in at 24% ketchup.
No. Oh,
What?
no.
And then coming in at 50% ranch.
I
told you guys.
Outrageous.
I said yesterday I thought ranch was going to run away with it, and it did.
That's
a lot of votes.
That is nobody. What you could easily live without ranch. I just don't understand this.
I know. You don't have to. Maybe we just don't understand.
Yeah,
And we have to be okay with it.
Now, I guess all of the Hidden Valley Ranch accessories you can buy make a lot more sense to me. I understand why they sell a keg of it. I understand why you can get a couch that's Hidden Valley Ranch themed, because these people, 50% of people are insane. They have an unhealthy obsession with ranch.
I feel like it's really cheap of a restaurant because they're like, well, it's the salad dressing. And they're like, yeah, but just give it as a sauce. Just send it out. It's a condiment.
Right. We'll just get a vat of it. We'll use it for everything.
Put it on the table. I'm sure they'll eat it with something.
I guess.
And I did get like responses too off of it, of like people saying like what they use ranch on, because the people that put on ranch, they all like slid up to and said like, oh no, ranch is by far the best because you can use it on vegetables, fries, chicken wings, pizza, potatoes, fried pickles, salad, maybe even fish sticks. So the people who were putting in ranch really gave me a list of things that they would use it on.
Isaiah, thanks for working hard on this.
Yeah,
I know, right?
I appreciate the initiative.
I know, isn't that good? But
Yeah,
but
you did a good
barbecue
job.
sauce coming in last. Now you guys see that just because they follow me on Instagram, they do not want to support me.
No, but because they follow you on Instagram, it does show they're insane.
Yeah, I know, right?
Two clear signs: the ranch and they're following you. Those are both problematic.
Well, we might suggest next time you guys talk to your friends about, what sauce should we get for these things? Just be aware it could be problematic.
I guess it is like it's not for me, but for wings, like ranch is an MVP, right? For a lot
it
of
is,
people.
yeah.
Yeah,
If you don't
so-
have ranch with the wings, boneless or traditional, you're gonna be pretty upset. Like if they forget the ranch, you're gonna be really upset.
Yeah, I don't want to tell you how many ranches my wife makes me get when we go to B-Dubs.
We got to stock up.
It's embarrassing.
Even if you don't use it then, you got it
It's
for if someone
embarrassing.
forgets in the future.
I got a pickup order from Buffalo Wild Wings. I walked out. There was like 2 ranches. She's like, I paid for 8. You
Get
got to
in
get
there.
back in there.
Hudson, Nikki, The Riot on Radio U.
All right, Nikki, I'm going to need your perspective on this one.
Happy to help.
Who would you say is the sexiest bald man?
Bald guy?
Yeah.
You have a list or anybody you can?
Nobody comes to mind.
No one comes to mind. I mean, are we talking like
Off the top of your dome, what's the
an
sexiest
actor
bald man?
who's like completely bald, or what's his name? The Rock guy.
The Rock.
Yeah,
That's
he's
your
bald,
top
right?
choice?
Yeah.
I think that's a good choice, but according to this new ranking system, he comes in at number 9 as the 9th sexiest bald man.
Who else is above him?
I'll tell you. But first, let me tell you how they came up with this. This is a company called Reboot. They didn't just ask people who's the sexiest bald man. That'd be too easy. So here's what they did. They put together an index that included factors such as facial golden ratio. You know, you've heard of that before. The Twitter sentiment analysis. Basically, they looked at what people were saying about him on Twitter. Net worth.
And height.
Height.
I think that's.
Although height, I don't think they weighted very much because I'm looking at the list and most of the guys on here are not all that tall.
They're not.
They also included cranial shine as one of the factors. So number 1, the new sexiest bald man, according to this list, Vin Diesel.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider. I mean, he's got he's in shape, kind of, but better shape than I am. But still, I don't think of when I think sexy bald man, Vin Diesel is not who I'm thinking of.
Pass. What's the next one?
Stanley Tucci.
Well, he
Now
has a look
that's
about
a
him. That's a
man,
dignified,
right? Whoa.
distinguished.
I don't know what that noise was I just made.
That was a distinguished
That's the
looking
Stanley
man.
Tucci noise. I'm looking at a picture of him. Oh, yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I'd rank him higher than Vin Diesel for sure. Number 3, I've never heard of this person. Shemar Moore. You know who that is?
You would know if you saw him.
I'm looking at it.
He's on TV shows.
No, I wouldn't. I'm looking at his picture. I wouldn't know him. Apparently, he's on SWAT.
Yeah.
He looks all
He's
right,
on like
though.
the acronym shows.
Is that beard he's got real?
For him?
Or is that like tattoo? Is that a tattooed beard?
I'm not sure.
Or did he get it with a marker? Or what? How did he? So he's number 3. Pitbull, Mr. Worldwide. He's
At
number
4?
4. And this is wrong. This is all wrong. Prince William is number 5.
Sure.
He should. What do you mean, sure?
Well, I mean, like, I don't know. It's different. Some of these guys, I feel like, are they actually bald or are they like choosing
Shaved?
to?
Yeah.
But for some of
know
them,
what?
they are just losing their
I'm
hair.
going to say to you, Nikki, that I don't think very many men choose to shave their heads completely unless there's a reason to.
Some like the look.
I don't think very many like the
You
look.
had number 6, Jason Statham, Bruce Willis, Joe Rogan at number 8, The Rock at number 9, and then Mike
That
Tyson
is
at
wild.
10.
Joe Rogan and Prince William sexier than Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
That's where some of that's weird.
This list is all wrong.
And if you're like, oh, who just almost made the list? Floyd Mayweather
Yeah.
came in at number 11.
This is I cannot agree with this list. Yeah, I do not. I don't think I like this list at all. Prince William at number 5. If you just saw him, like if he wasn't the prince and you just saw him out there, you wouldn't be like, oh, that's a sexy man. That man's sexier than The Rock. Nobody would say that.
You know, Hudson, believe it or not, I tend to not say that just with walking
You don't
down or
say it
noticing
about-
people.
you
Not
don't
too often.
See men walking down the street and go,
No.
oh, that's a sexy man.
Not too often.
No, I do.
The Riot with Hudson and Nikki on Radio U.
This is correct, right? It's Amazon Prime Day.
Yeah, today and tomorrow,
Yep.
right?
Okay. You guys buying anything?
I looked already.
You looked?
Yeah.
That sounds like a defeated no.
It's never anything like spectacular. I mean, what do we need?
I don't know. I'm looking at this list and
No offense, Amazon, because I still spend plenty of money just on normal stuff.
Now here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that if I wanted to buy a TV,
Yeah.
it might not be a bad time to do it because look, it says that I could get an LG A1 48-inch. It's not that big. OLED 4K TV, right?
Mm-hmm.
OLED. Do people say OLED? I don't even know. It's normally $1,199. Right now, it's $646.
That's a good deal.
That's a good deal, right?
It is, but you can get the specs a little like lower, but get a bigger TV.
But
Than
no,
that
I
for a
want
lot
it to
less
be.
money.
I want it to be beautiful. Though.
All right.
Yeah, I want a smaller and beautiful is my motto.
You just never know
That's-
because you're close to Black Friday stuff. They always try to throw out deals, but I feel like there's just only so many deals to go around.
You're
So
come
it's
on,
gonna
you're
be
killing the fun.
It's going to be the same TV deal in like 3 weeks.
You know who sounds like the mean one right now?
I'm the Grinch.
It's you. You're
Yeah.
the Grinch. Maybe me and Isaiah want to get a new TV.
All right,
It's
go
always the
ahead.
same stuff on here too. It's
It
like,
is.
would you like a Kindle? I'm like, I still don't want a Kindle.
I don't want an Amazon product. I don't want
I don't
an
want an
Echo.
Alexa. I already have an
Yeah,
Alexa.
I don't want that. Okay, Isaiah. But no, I am looking at TVs. I'm not in the market for a new TV. My TV is fine. But so that's what I feel like. I wish if I was in the market for a new TV, maybe this would be exciting.
Sure.
But I'm not actually buying one. The other thing I also don't know is looking at these regular prices. You know how it is. They put like the biggest price possible is like, this is what it normally is. It's like, it's not normally that. It's never
Yeah,
that.
but it makes it
so
look
I don't
better.
know. But since I haven't been in the market, I haven't been looking. But $553 off a TV feels pretty good. Isaiah, what are you buying?
See, I'm actually going to probably buy some things on Amazon either today or tomorrow just because I need some things. You know, I got to get a hot tub mat for the wintertime for my hot tub. And so that's not going to be on discount, but I need
That
to
doesn't
buy
feel
that.
like it will be.
Yeah,
Are
right
you
now.
sure? That sounds like that could be one of those feature deals.
Yeah, I know, right? Would you like a hot tub mat? Maybe it is, actually. But for things that are actually on discount, there's nothing here that's really popping off to me. Play-Doh's 50% off. That's not a bad deal.
So
Outside
what
of
is it,
that,
50 cents now?
Yeah, it has to be. It has to be.
Well,
but
didn't
there's
you
not a lot that's really really doing much
I
for
want
me.
to hear more. You said off the air, you thought you said you were going to buy stuff for your countertops.
Yes, I am. I'm
What does
also
that
going to
mean?
do
What are you doing
that.
in your
What does
place?
that mean?
What do you mean? I'm redoing it.
Why are you redoing
When
it?
you say
Because it needs to look nicer.
You mean like spice jars? What do you mean?
See, I want to do maybe put like a little backsplash on there and stuff.
Oh, so you
And
mean
kind of like redo it. I just did my.
So you need like tile.
Yeah, but I mean,
I don't know if that's
we're
gonna
gonna
be on there
see
either.
what I can find on there.
Some
You
good
never know
deals on grout.
because like backsplash and stuff, you can just get like the peel and stick ones
Oh,
nowadays.
there you
I
go.
live in an apartment; it's not my house,
Yeah.
so I can't really
I think the
redo
landlord
everything
would
that way.
appreciate if you did.
If I
did
just
that.
took out the whole countertop and put out a new one.
Put a nice new one in.
Yeah.
When you move out, you take that backsplash off.
Yeah, exactly.
You bring it with you. You're like, I paid for this thing.
Well, at least somebody's getting in on the Amazon deals. Or
And
this is
getting in on some Amazon something.
This is the second Prime thing they did this year, right?
Yes. I
Because they
don't
did one in the
know.
summertime.
They did one, yeah. They did one earlier this year too. That also kind of had the same things on it. You can get like a car seat and a generator and just random objects that you never really need.
Amazon
But
realized.
somebody that needs a car seat is like, oh boy.
Yeah, but if you need a car seat, you didn't put it off to get one. Like you
that's
probably
right.
got the
Your-
car seat when you needed
your
it.
kid's just riding around on a stack of magazines.
You're like, once it goes on discount, brother, we're gonna get you
we
in
gotta
there.
Wait till Prime Day.
Well, I feel like Amazon realized this is their own stuff and they can just do whatever they want. So they're like, yeah, let's just have another Prime Day.
yeah, and I'm sure it's working on some people, but unfortunately for us, it just isn't what we need right now.
Well, you look for a TV and you look for
But I
your
don't
hot tub
need
mat.
one, though.
Doesn't mean you have to buy it, but you can just look.
I'll
You
just
need
look.
one.
Yeah, that's right.
Get a new TV.
I want to look.
Get
at
one for the studio, you know, maybe for like the
We
little
don't
lounge out
need
there.
anymore.
Let's get
Look
one
how
maybe.
big this TV
yes,
is.
but
You need
I
another
can't
one?
watch things on that. All right,
You could.
Could we?
Yeah, just don't tell Chris.
Okay, perfect.
The Riot. Radio U.
Well, today's another fun day in baseball. It's a Tuesday, and although we don't have football going on, that's okay because we got other sports. We got the baseball playoffs. This is the second round. It starts today, shortly after the show. This is one of the reasons I love days like today is because you have sports that are like meaningful, important sports
Yeah.
all day long, basically.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, if you just wanted to go home today or start
Maybe
watching
for
at
a
work.
sick day.
Yeah, you wanted to take a sick day or something. You want to start watching baseball at 1 p.m. Eastern and go all the way till midnight. Probably even you could probably spend 12 hours watching baseball today if you wanted to. How excited are you, Isaiah?
Oh, I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling real good. My Guardians, yet again, obviously won both their games over the weekend, moved on, so they're still
That's
in
right.
Now-
the championship hunt.
I felt like that was shocking for people that they won both. Or
What?
was
Yeah,
it good? Everyone
it was
was
like-
expecting.
I was expecting them to win. I
Yeah.
wasn't expecting them to get a sweep. Like obviously winning 2-0 was nice, but I felt pretty confident we were
Now-
going to win. And now I feel even more confident we're going to beat the Yankees.
Yeah. I just
Bring on the
actually-
Yankees.
I'd actually assume every game that you are going for a team, they're just going to lose or
I
have
know.
some problem with it.
I know. If it's
Yeah,
not
that's-
Ohio State, my
yeah.
luck isn't great.
Now, here I did want to ask you about this. I forgot yesterday. How much of the Guardians game? Because on Saturday they played a marathon.
Yeah.
Was it 15 innings?
It was 15 innings.
15 innings. Nikki, listen to this though.
How long's that?
15
It was
innings.
4 hours.
That's like almost 2 entire games.
Really? How
Yeah.
long? They just like kept
and-
tying or?
Yeah,
It was
nobody-
0-0.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. 15 innings and no scoring.
Oh, how boring.
But
It
it's so
was.
thrilling though because it's baseball.
No,
'Cause at
not
any
that
moment-
long.
Any moment could be
Oh,
the
good
score,
change.
And we
Then
did.
and that's what happened. Yeah.
We hit a walk-off home run.
So did you watch the whole thing? Or?
No, I did not watch the.
Did you
I
watch
was
the
I
end?
was in and out of it. I didn't even get to see the end of it.
Oh yeah, me neither.
Yeah, I didn't get to see much of it, but I was in and out of it kind of throughout, like what felt like the entire
So-
day.
It
so
was
because it was
just
4
a-
hours long.
Wait, both of you are saying how exciting that is.
It
Didn't
is.
watch
I
it.
watched
It's
a
on a
lot of
Saturday,
it.
all
I
right?
had other stuff to do. When a
It's a
game goes for
Saturday.
like 5 hours,
I'm just telling you, it doesn't sound
you're gonna have
right.
other stuff to do in that period of time.
Well, they're not going to play that long today, are they? Or
No, they
we'll
won't.
find
Hopefully
out.
not.
We'll find out.
It should be a
but,
blowout.
The irony is, wasn't the game on Friday one of the like shortest playoff games ever?
Yeah.
It was super short, so it evens out. Okay, so here's the playoff series. We have Phillies and Braves.
Yeah.
Atlanta, like Philadelphia against Atlanta. We have the Seattle Mariners against the Houston Astros, the cheaters. We have the Cleveland Guardians against the New York Yankees.
okay, hate the Yankees.
Yep,
Hate
and
the
we have the
Yankees.
San Diego Padres against the Los Angeles Dodgers. Nikki, you don't know baseball. Isaiah, can you make a case why any of the other series are more interesting than Guardians Yankees because I feel like that's the best one.
It is the best one. It's the best one because I mean the Yankees bring such like their own persona.
Everyone
into it.
knows the Yankees.
Yeah, so
they've got a superstar in Aaron Judge now.
Yeah, it's like all the storylines this entire season have been wrapped up around them. And then, like, the Cleveland Guardians have essentially gotten no media coverage the entire year because we played in a crappy division. We're a super young team. We really only have, like, one, arguably, like, two household name superstar players, those being Jose Ramirez and Shane Bieber.
But if you have to say them, then they're not really
exactly.
household names,
If I had asked people who played for the Guardians, people probably wouldn't know.
I think people would assume those guys have been traded in the sell-offs they've been doing.
But hopefully it would be a huge upset for us to win. But I feel confident we're going to win. I feel very confident going into this series that we're going to hold our own. I like the team. So.
When's the Guardians-Yankees game?
Game 1 is tonight, 7:37 to be
Prime
exact.
Time, baby.
Eastern.
All right, you guys going to watch it or are you just going to not?
Oh, I'm going to watch it tonight.
I'm gonna watch it.
Okay.
I don't know how much of the other series I'll watch, but I do want to watch to see if the Yankees when
the
Yankees lose. The Guardians never get to play prime time, so this will be exciting for them. Obviously, the Yankees are always prime time. The Guardians are never prime time, so this will be real exciting.
Gonna be big.
Well, tell us how it goes tomorrow.
Yeah, all right. Only if the Yankees
If they
lose.
win.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching the worst of the riot. Since you made it this far, you might as well like, subscribe, and check out riot.radiou.com for even more riot.